How do you deal with chronic pain? How do you deal with the pain so great that sometimes you don't even want to get out of bed? Hi guys, my name is Eddie Lindenbaum, and I coach people in all areas of life, as well as myself being a businessman for more than 40 years, holding an 8th degree black belt in one of the most extreme martial arts in the world, as well as being on the spiritual path of mindfulness and awareness for more than 25 years, as well as teaching it. That's what I bring to the table, and I want to talk to you about living in chronic pain from my personal experience. Many people don't know, but I've lived in pain most of my life, physical pain, chronic pain, as well as I've had my share of emotional pain, which can also bring a lot of physical pain, but that's for another video totally. I don't want to talk today about emotional pain. There were years in which I had so much pain that I could barely walk. Most of the time I had to sit, and I was still on the mat training. I wouldn't give up. There were times that I used painkillers, though I'm very much against that, and I'd rather go through a lot of pain than to use painkillers, because there's no end to that. So basically, how do we deal with chronic pain? And so many people around the world are living in pain today and really don't know what to do. And that's why actually I'm making this video. Maybe I can bring you some value if you're watching this now and you are living in chronic pain. Maybe let's talk about what not to do. What not to do is to stay at home and start feeling sorry for yourself. To stay at home, feel sorry for yourself, watch TV the whole day, crawl into bed, cuddle up, and then start eating. That maybe is the worst thing to do regarding chronic pain, though it's the easiest. I'm not here to give you an easy way out. I think dealing with pain is difficult. It's tough, but there's many things in life which are tough, and it's up to you how to deal with it. It's up to you what you make out of your life. And the moment you start feeling sorry for yourself and you crawl into bed, or you don't even get out of bed, and you put on a face of, oh, please pity me because of all my pain, you lost. That's going to make things worse, because the only thing that you're going to be focused on is your pain, and that's a well with no bottom at the end. There's only more and more and more pain in the end. I would suggest also not to get into a pill popping mode in which whenever it starts hurting or you feel more pain, you pop a pill to make the pain go away. What are you going to do in later years of your life? Maybe those pills won't have an effect anymore. So I would be very careful about using painkillers. Any sort of painkillers, though they do have their place. Cannabis oil and all the cannabis, things that come out of cannabis, which are legal in your area if they're legal. I'm not against it, but I would suggest to go very, very easy and use that only as a last resort. So I talked about maybe what not to do, but what do you do? That's a bit more difficult. The first thing is to focus on yourself, on your internal power, your internal strength. That is the most important, to build up that inner strength through awareness. And when you have that reservoir of strength, it's easier to deal with physical pain. Mindfulness training, mind training generally, meditation, those are super, super important to having a good lifestyle when you do live with chronic pain, because it will allow you to focus not only on the pain, but on other things in life. So the first thing, focus and building up your internal strength, your inner power. The second thing is very important. Go out. Do not stay at home. Definitely don't stay in bed. Be out as much as possible with other people. We all know when we're in society, our mind is not focused only on our pain. It's focused on what's going on. So it makes it easier for us to live that way. It makes it easier for us to deal with the pain when we're not focused on it by being alone all the time. Get out, make sure you have a lot of things to do and force yourself to do them. That's the next thing. The third thing is watch what you eat and keep your diet. It's very important because lots of foods, they have a very high impact on how we feel. If we start eating a lot of sugar in our foods, our blood sugar spikes and then crashes, and then we feel even more down emotionally, and that leads to more physical pain and to more focus of ourselves on that pain. So watch what you eat. It's better to keep a healthy diet and also to keep our weight at acceptable levels. The next thing, which is maybe, I don't know if that's the most important, but it sure ranks at the top, that's physical exercise. I know you're in pain. I understand. And yet, you have to go beyond the pain. You have to work out. You have to walk. I'm not saying to run if your back is like in shambles. I'm not saying that. But do what you can do, even if it's within a seated position. If you can do rowing, sitting down, great. If you can do weight sitting down, great. If you can walk on a walker, great. I don't know what it is. Get outside as much as possible. Walk as much as possible. Have a healthy and sporty lifestyle, even though that might be the last thing you feel like doing. I know what it is. There are days that there's so much pain that you can't even pick up a fork, let alone go to the gym. I know what it's like. I'm not talking to you from the academia. I'm not talking to you from books. I'm talking to you from my own personal experience and the personal experience of my wife, who lives in pain 1,000 times more than I do. And she gets up every day. She's in the weight room, in the gym training at 5 o'clock in the morning, and she does everything and will not let anybody pity her. So, first of all, if you've watched until now, that means you are in pain and you live with chronic pain. And I have compassion for everybody who lives with pain. It's not easy. Let's not fool ourselves. There were times there was a year which I could barely walk. I used a crutch. I even had to go through a series of shots and painkillers, steroids. However, it's up to you what to do with your life. Remember that. Nobody's going to help you. Also, the doctors, they can help to a very limited degree. The world of medicine really doesn't know how to solve the problem of the pain. We know how to make the pain go away by using painkillers. But in my eyes, that's also the easy way out. Though, I'm saying, there are many times which we should use that because the pain is so great that it will disrupt our body totally. But we have to know how to manage that. In any case, I hope I brought you some value. My goal here was not to talk about myself, but maybe to help you along with your life. So be blessed, and I only wish for you to find a way to deal with your pain and to have the best life that you can have. God bless you.